And we're going to get going right away because we don't want these checkpoints to shut down early like they tend to do. Let me just make sure we got my chat set up here. I already recorded the intro. And I have to get my documents ready. Hi, Jody. All right, got my license, registration in. Let me make sure everything's in here. And valid and current. And got my trifold. Ready to go. For me, for what I'm doing, the most important page, this is Chili's, by the way. If you want one of these, you can order these. I'm not on his commission program or anything, but this is a really great product. It's from Delete Laws. If you don't know who Chili is, his YouTube channel, Delete Laws, with a Z. You can go on DELETELAWS.com with a Z, and you can order these. And it lists all your rights. But it's a trifold, so it opens up all kinds of different things you might get. Team DLZ. And but things you might run into with police interactions. But for me, what I'm doing, the most important page on this whole trifold is this last page about the Fifth Amendment right. And it says you invoke the right to remain silent. You're not going to answer questions. Don't ask me where I'm coming from, where I'm going. If you've been drinking, etc., etc., etc. You're not going to take any tests, no searches and seizures, all right here. So when I pull up to the checkpoint, I'm just going to say I invoke my Fifth Amendment right to remain silent. And if they keep pressing it, I'm just going to do that and not say a word. Now, last week, who watched last week? Anybody watch last week? I got pulled over. I still showed him the trifold, but I got pulled over outside of a checkpoint because I had a tail light out. And I didn't know I had a tail light out. Props to the cop. He was super cool. I didn't get a ticket. He gave me a warning, and they left me alone after that. But I'm actually kind of glad he told me because I had no idea my tail light was out. And when I'm doing these checkpoints, I have to know things like that. So I got that fixed. AutoZone, $11. 2 brand new taillight bulbs, and it's easy to put those in. So that's done. Taillights are working. Everything's ready to go with my documents. They're going to go right up here in the visor. A warning's better than a ticket, you know, and I had no idea my taillight was out. So props to the cop on that and that interaction. But he started asking questions. Oh, what is that? Are you live streaming? What is that? And I showed him the trifold, and I said, I prefer not to answer any questions. And he left it alone after that. So props to the cops for that. Kind of silly to pull someone over for a taillight, but I didn't know my taillight was out. So I'm glad I had the opportunity to get it fixed and not have a ticket or anything. So that was actually really cool of the cops. And they were very professional. You have a trifold as well. Beautiful. Yeah, rare to get a warning. I know. All right, we're going to get going. We got a few viewers in here. Before we do, shout out to our channel members. That's Chili from Delete Laws. I haven't seen him in my live streams lately, but he's been real busy with his lawsuit and everything. But Chili, Chevy! Chevy's I'm sure he'll be popping in, but he's a channel member. And Coke Doggy Dog. Those are our members for Travel Jack. If you want to be a VIP traveler and member and support what we're doing, it's $9.99 a month to get a little badge next to your name, and you stand out in the chat, and I'll pin, if you leave a comment in my videos, I'll pin it. And, oh, Chili was live tonight? I missed it. I was at work. But we're going to get going. I've already got the plugged in. It's really close, this checkpoint. It's like 3 miles from here. And I at first I didn't think that there was any checkpoints in my area tonight. But I checked last minute, and a couple of them popped up last minute, and one of them's really close to here, and there's another one on the way home. But I'll go ahead and announce where we're going. We got 10 viewers. Welcome. Then this is a Fifth Amendment audit, so I'm going to be exercising my right to remain silent at a DUI checkpoint, and we'll watch them retaliate, which they usually do. Now, the last few checkpoints we went through, they just waved me right through, which is what they're supposed to do if they're going to do this at a checkpoint. But so I didn't really get to use my trifold or anything the last few times, but we'll see what happens tonight. But a lot of times they start asking questions. Have you been drinking tonight? And that's when you invoke your fifth and you use your trifold. So we're going to see what happens tonight. By the way, anyone else in Southern California, what's up with this weather? I came into work today. It's 100 degrees today in February. 100 degrees. Outrageous. I don't want summer in February. I'm sweating, you know. That's why I don't have my jacket on today. It's hot. It's 78 right now in this parking garage. All right. Make sure I got... Let me just make sure my GPS is on. Be right back. Okay. Busting out your fan. Yeah, I got the air conditioning on today in February. It's been a very hot winter here in California. I know some people are buried in snow across the country, but not here. Which is not a good thing. I don't like. I mean, I'm glad we don't get all the snow and stuff, but I like cold winters. I don't like hot winters. So, as always, all I have in this car are water bottles. It's colored, but there's flavoring in it. It's just water.
Let's take West Ball, Anaheim, and I-5 South.
And that car, no probable cause or reasonable suspicion, dangerous for pat downs, or that I'm impaired in any way. So, unless they're going to think this is alcohol somehow in a water bottle. And I'm completely sober. Well, how do we know you're completely sober? Because I just got out of work. I've been at work. And I'm very thirsty because it's hot. All right, let me get my window ready. This is only a few miles from here. So I'll go ahead and reveal where we're going. The location of the checkpoint is in Orange, California. And
in 900 feet, turn left.
It is at the intersection of the City Drive and Steiner Way. That's where the checkpoint is listed. That's where we're headed. I found another checkpoint as well, which I don't know what times, but this checkpoint's supposed to go till 2 a.m. The other checkpoint, they don't list times, but I have the location, but they didn't announce.
In 900 feet, turn right on West Ball Road.
They didn't announce what times. Ohio's very cold. Hello, Travel Jack. Super hot today. Yeah, I couldn't believe it. 100 degrees coming in. So everybody do me a favor. Tell your friends, tell your people that we're about to go through a DUI checkpoint live. This is a Fifth Amendment audit. And hit the like button. Everybody hit the thumbs up. Everybody leave a comment or leave a chat. Hit 1 if you agree with our Fifth Amendment constitutional rights. And hit 2 if you disagree with it.
Turn right on West Ball Road.
Or actually type 5 for Fifth Amendment. Everybody type a 5 for the Fifth Amendment. There's a 1 that you agree with it.
In 600 feet, use the left 2 lanes to turn left on Disneyland Drive.
All right, Fifth Amendment. I haven't texted Chili, so he's probably not aware I'm doing this, but it's almost every Friday night these days. You shared it
turn
to Chili's
left on
chat.
Disneyland Drive.
Oh shoot, I should be turning left here and I can't get over now. Is Chili live right now? Got some good viewers today. I was debating, there's another checkpoint, but it's all the way in Dana Point. And that's a long drive from here, and it's in the opposite direction of where I need to go to get home. So I was like, should I do it? Should I not? I don't want to drive all the way to Dana Point. And especially the last few live streams, I haven't gotten really a lot of viewers. So I was like, well, maybe if I get a lot of viewers. But it turns out we have one right around the corner here. So I don't think I'm going to be able to get to the left here. It wants me to turn left. And there's another one. I know where 2 checkpoints are, so we'll see how this goes. Dana Point would be great to see. It's far from here, though. How are those cops? I have no idea. It's like 30 miles from here, and it's in the opposite way of where I'm going. So, like, coming back home would be really long drive from Dana Point.
In a quarter of a mile, use the right lane to turn right on South Harbor Boulevard.
And I don't know the exact location of the Dana Point one. So I was coming up with a song at work today. We're going through a checkpoint. DUI.Checkpoint in orange. We're going through a checkpoint.
Turn right on South Harbor Boulevard.
Orange. If you're not familiar, there's a car dealership in Orange, and goes, you won't get a lemon. A Toyota of Orange. That's a little car dealership jingle.
In 900 feet, use the right lane to exit right to I-5 South. Exit right to I-5 South.
And I'll plug this. This coming, not this Sunday, but a week from Sunday, I'm going to be back here in Orange for a special event. The YouTuber that inspired me the most passed away, and they're doing a big celebration of life, like a memorial, and it's going to be in Orange. He used to live in Orange, and his name was Adam the Woo. And I've got a ticket. The tickets went fast. They were free tickets. They can only accommodate about one of the tickets. There this Sunday, celebrating the life of Adam the Woo, and I'm going to be not live streaming it, but I'll be recording it. I considered live streaming it, but
in 1.4 miles, exit right to exit 107C, State College Boulevard, the City Drive, Chapman Avenue.
There's going to be an official live stream, so I don't want to take views away from the official live stream. It's going to go, the money from that is going to go to his family, his parents. So I don't want to live stream and take views away from, they should be watching on the family's live stream. But I will be vlogging it and editing it and uploading it that way. So stay tuned for that. That's going to be sometime after next Sunday, March the 8th. Look for that video. Piping, there's an Adam the Woo fan. Piping hot caffeinated beverage.
In half a mile, use the right lane to exit right.
All right, about half a mile away. And they announced that they were going to do a public memorial, but they didn't at the time. They didn't know if it was going to be in Florida or California, because he lived in Florida and he lived in California at some point. But I was fully prepared to fly to Florida to go to it, because that's how much of an influence he was to me. And my travel jack would not be here without Adam the Woo. So anyway, here's our exit.
Exit right to exit 107C, State College Boulevard, the City Drive, Chapman Avenue.
All right, we should be close. I don't know. This is the City Drive. So tell your friends you're about to go through the checkpoint.
In half a mile, turn right on the City Drive South.
If it's there. And by the way, the video will not be monetized. I'm not going to monetize that video. It's going to be, it just wouldn't be right to do that. So It's all for Adam, the memory of Adam.
In 0.2 miles, use the right 2 lanes to turn right.
All right, we're coming up. It should be pretty close from here. Let me get some more water. I'm just dying of thirst.
Turn right on the City Drive South.
All right. All right, should be somewhere along here. I see some up. I think we might be rolling right up into it. Here we go, you guys. Here we go. We're rolling right up into it right now. Let me get that window where I want it. We're rolling up to it right now. Here we go, you guys. DUI checkpoint, Fifth Amendment audit. We're going in.
In 1/4 mile, you'll arrive at the city.
Can I see your driver's license, please? Connected to DUI driver's license, just your license. Any alcohol for you tonight?
I invoke my Fifth Amendment right to remain silent. I invoke my Fifth Amendment right to remain silent.
Your Fifth Amendment right. Okay, can you look at me? All right, Jack. Have a good night. You invoked his Fifth Amendment.
Huh?
You invoked his Fifth Amendment.
There you go. That's how you do it. That's how you do it. They're talking about it back there. Hey, you invoked his Fifth Amendment. That's how you do it. All right, let's head to, there's another checkpoint. You don't have to answer their questions. All right, now I know where there's another checkpoint that I want to go through. Let me find a parking lot to pull in and we'll plug in the address. So that is in orange, the City Drive. Excellent job. Thank you so much. I'm just going to pull into this parking lot. We're going to plug in our next checkpoint. And if he asked me another question, I was ready to, just like that. I'm not answering your questions. Let me catch up on these chats here. You have a right to remain silent? Yes, indeed. You wonder what the cops would do if someone kept driving through the checkpoint over and over. They'd probably pull you over. Yep, got my taillight fixed. All right, be right back because I'm going to plug in the address of the next checkpoint. Be right back. Okay, we're back. And yeah, he was talking about it. He went to the other officers. He invoked his Fifth Amendment right to remain silent. He couldn't believe it. Love it. Fantastic. Yes, I did. Yes, I did, officer. I forgot to get his name.
Turn left.
Always have
Then
to get their
turn
name.
left on the City Drive South.
I always forget to get their name because they violate my rights. I need to know what their name is. I always forget. Okay, we're going to the next one.
Turn left on the City Drive South.
Overall, the Orange Police Department, I'd say, would pass that audit. They passed. Didn't give me too much of a bad time. Waved me through. Exercised
In
my
1.1
right.
miles. Turn right to I-5 North.
And he didn't retaliate. Of us, 28 viewers, 20 of us keep running through the checkpoint. I would love to have a bunch of auditors crash the checkpoint and everybody invoke their fifth, like a bunch of people. That would be fantastic. All right, we're passing the checkpoint and going the opposite way now. Motorcycle cop getting ready to pull everybody over. See, when you see the motorcycle cops, those are the guys, when you turn to avoid the checkpoint, they go after you, they pull you over and ask you why you're avoiding the checkpoint, even though that's completely legal to do. You don't have to go through the checkpoint as long as you're not breaking any traffic rules.
In 0.2 miles. Turn right.
So this time I looked at the officer wanted me to look at him, and I did. Remember that one time I looked away? Some people didn't agree that I looked away. They said that was like not cooperating and it gives them a probable cause. So I just looked at him this time. All right, I'm going to reveal
Turn
the next.
right to I-5 North.
The next location, there's another checkpoint listed in South Whittier at Imperial Highway at Valley View Drive. In Whittier, Imperial Highway, Valley View Drive. That's where we're headed to. Another DUI checkpoint. Chili's here. Everybody say hi to Chili. We just went through a checkpoint in Orange. We went through with flying colors, invoked my Fifth Amendment right. The cop couldn't believe it that I invoked my right, but he looked in my eyes
Continue
and
straight for 9.7 miles to exit 118 Valley View Avenue.
then waved me right through. And I got your trifle. Got your trifle. So we're on our way to a second Fifth Amendment audit, everybody. This is a Fifth Amendment audit. And Whittier is our next one. There's another checkpoint in Santa Ana. I didn't see that one listed. Make sure it's tonight. Make sure it's got today's date on it. I didn't see that one tonight. Hello, hello. Welcome, welcome. After the Whittier one, let me know what time does that checkpoint go until. I didn't see that one listed. Where did you get that information? Now, Gemini, I don't know. I'm not familiar with that one. Screen recording the audit now. All right. So we're on our way to Whittier. It's probably about 15 minutes. Yeah, I saw the one in Pomona. Maybe we'll go to the Pomona one too. Oh, is that an AI? Is that Google's AI thing, Gemini? Santa Ana had one a couple of weeks ago. So I didn't see it listed for tonight under Mr. Checkpoint. And AI can be wrong a lot of times. Pomona is heavy. Do there. Most cities have a few a year. Yeah, they just had one, a week or two ago, right? We'll see if we go to Pomona. Maybe. What time does that go into, and do you have the exact address of the Pomona one? 9 to 3 for Santa Ana. We might head to Santa Ana. I didn't see that listed. Are you sure about that? Yeah, did you hear it? He couldn't believe it. He couldn't believe that I invoked my fifth. He went to the other officer. He invoked his Fifth Amendment. Yes, I did. Yes, I did. I'm the Fifth Amendment auditor. That was fantastic. He invoked his Fifth Amendment. Oh my gosh. That was fantastic. Probably never heard that before at a checkpoint, you know. It's probably something brand new to these officers. Because most people don't know you can do that. You don't have to answer any questions. We're headed. That one was fun. I actually enjoyed that one. That one was fun. Santa Ana is showing for sure. Pomona labeled as DUI saturation patrol. Interesting. Do you have the address for either of them? The exact intersection? You love my casino content. Thank you. I had the current videos that are up this week. Wait till you see some of the ones coming up, specifically the Frankenstein Returns one.
Power shoulder ahead.
Very exciting. But that was a great week. The videos that are coming out right now were filmed about 2 weeks ago. But last night I went to see Rat. I got a comp ticket to a concert. It was Rat, Slaughter, and I always forget the third guy's name. But it was a great show. I never thought I'd be able to see Rat in concert. That was cool. Okay, you got the Santa Ana one. We'll head back to Santa Ana after this one. Santa Ana's the one where they pulled me out. Remember, the guy with the mustache pulled me out of the car, had me put my arms up and patted me down and all that? Remember that one? That was Santa Ana. Everybody hit like. See, we got quite a few viewers tonight. Thanks for tuning in and supporting what we're doing here, keeping an eye on these cops and these DUI checkpoints, which in my opinion should be illegal. You should not be allowed to do these checkpoints. Or at the very least, if they're doing the checkpoints, the field sobriety tests should be illegal. Having a hard time finding Pomona. Still looking. But that's an upcoming video. I went to, my ears are still ringing from the concert. It was so loud. Sebastian Bach was the third act. So all three, it's Slaughter, Sebastian Bach, and actually the guy from Rat, actually, he goes by his real name now because there's only two band members left. But Percy DeMartini is his name. But he's one of the original Rat band members. And but anyway, they were on stage last night, and I thought that was super cool because when I was a kid, I had a Rat record, I remember, on vinyl. And I would listen to Rat, and I would listen to Twisted Sister when I was a kid. And I never thought I would be able to see them live on stage. So that was really, especially 40 years later. It's been over 40 years. 45 years, I think. And they're still,
In 1 mile. Exit right to exit 118, Valley View Avenue.
All right, we're coming up on the next checkpoint, you guys. Valley View at Imperial. This guy. Good comes for events. Also, they gave me, I call it a Travel Jack casino hack. If you get a comp ticket and you're going by yourself, there's a good chance you'll get the VIP suite, which is fully catered. So I got in a VIP suite last night to see that show. That was really
Exit
fantastic.
right to exit 118, Valley View Avenue.
Chevy! Chevy in the house.
In a quarter of a mile. Use the left 2 lanes to turn left on Valley View Avenue.
Hopefully this one's here. And then I heard there's someone's giving me some info that there's another one in Santa Ana. I did not see that listed tonight, but we'll go back and check it out if you're confident that there is a checkpoint in Santa Ana. I gotta get the officer's name. I always
Turn
forget.
left on Valley View Avenue.
When you pull up to the checkpoint, your adrenaline's going, and you just sometimes you forget things. And I forgot to get the officer's name. And then off camera, I tried the, I've been wanting to play it, not the Willy Wonka, I'm waiting for the Willy Wonka, the Wizard of Oz slot, and it's terrible. Don't play the Wizard of Oz one. Or at least my one play session was not good. Dan's in the house. Dan Hanlon. Just randomly honking, don't know why.
In 2.1 miles. Turn left on Imperial Highway.
Okay, 2
Then
miles.
turn left on Valley View Avenue.
This is Valley View, isn't it? Are we on Valley View? Yeah. Oh, it wants me to do a U-turn there. Got it. Okay. So we're 2 miles away from the next checkpoint. If it's still there. I do see some light up here, so it might be coming up here. You got this, Jack. Go with the flow. There's a checkpoint in East. I can't quite read what that says. Oh, in Long Beach. You're correct. There's one in Long Beach, but that's kind of far from where I'm at. Yeah, the closest two I saw earlier was Dana Point and then Long Beach. And we got a $10 super chat from Chevy. Thank you, Chevy, for your support. Thank you very much. Who wants to match that? Anybody want to match that? All right, we got signs here. Left lane closed ahead. Thank you for your support, Chevy. He's also a channel member, so thank you very, very much. Balls of steel, clean clang, baby. Clean clang. All right, we've got a lane closed here. I don't know if this has anything to do with the checkpoint that's supposed to be up here. They have a lane closed. Could be just construction. Major road work. We're passing Rosecrans. We are in Whittier. Yeah, they've got a lane torn out here. Doing some road work here. Team Travel Jack, thank you for your support, everybody. By the way, Chevy goes into every video I post and he types Team Travel Jack in the comments on every video. So I really appreciate you checking out all my videos and all your support. I really appreciate it. Checkpoint in Pomona. Oh, you found the Pomona one? Now, should we go to Santa Ana or go to Pomona? Oh, my friend is texting me again. Someone wants me to come over. God, not in the mood for that tonight, though. Pomona next. Tell sugar. What? Tell sugar free. What's up? What does that mean? Right like that. I don't know what that means. We got sugar-free drink mix in this water. right, so we're on Valley View and we're looking for Imperial Highway, and that's supposed to be where the checkpoint is, but they got all this construction going on here, so I'm not sure what's going on here. Doesn't seem like it would be an ideal place to do a checkpoint tonight. Okay, here's the end of the construction though, and here's Imperial Highway. So let's see if there's a checkpoint. I don't see a checkpoint here. They got a bunch of construction. Oh, I do see cops over to the left though. All right, let's see if it's over to the left. Aha. Okay, I found it. It's on Imperial Highway. We got to do a U-turn and he invoked his Fifth Amendment. He got What? That guy has rights? He invoked rights? What? What's going on here? He invoked rights. That was unbelievable. All right, U-turn. We're going to turn right on Pier. Okay, we're coming up to our next checkpoint. Looks like I have to turn right on Imperial, go past the checkpoint, do a U-turn, and then I'll go into the checkpoint. But we're coming up on it. Checkpoint number 2. All right, I'll let you know when we're pulling up to it. I got to turn right here on Imperial. He invoked his Fifth Amendment. I don't believe it. All right, we're passing the checkpoint. We got to do a U-turn up here because it's on the other side. Checkpoint number 2 coming up. We're going to go past this about a mile or so, just to not attract attention. And then do a U-turn up here. As soon as I find out where there's illegal, there's no U-turn. Pomona next. Okay. Doing Pomona next. Hopefully that'll still be operating when we get there. Okay, can I do a U-turn here? Yes. All right. So everybody hit the like button, hit subscribe, and everybody type 5 in the chat for Fifth Amendment audit. Fifth Amendment, right to remain silent. Checkpoint number 2 coming up. Tell your friends, tune in right now. We're about to go through it. Okay, we're making the U-turn, and then it's 2 blocks, well, 2 long blocks, maybe about a mile. And we're coming up to the checkpoint right now. Here we go. Get the officer's name this time. You have no, what do you mean? You have all of us. Got all of us as friends. Is that stranger? Stranger's in the house. Good to see you, my friend. All right, let me get all this in hand. This guy's gonna barrel right past me, right up into the checkpoint, dumbass. I'm going slower for a reason. These guys flying past. All right, how's my camera angle, by the way? All right, here we go. We're going in. Checkpoint number 2, Fifth Amendment. Oh, there's no cops here. There's no cops here. They've got all the cones. I think they're getting ready to tear it down. Should we go through a second time? Let's do it again. I'm going to U-turn here. You have all the cones still up, but there's no cops. Let's do it again. Drove all this way. Where did all the cops go? They've retreated. They're taking a break in the trail. There's a big trailer. They're taking a break or having a meeting or something. I don't know what they're doing. All right, we'll drive through a second time, and if they're still not there, we'll go to Pomona. Go down like a mile before we can make a legal U-turn. Donut break. Yeah, they're all having donuts. They're all feeding out of they're having their slop for dinner. Donut break. They might be getting ready to tear it down. They tend to tear them down early. Which makes no sense to me. Bars close at 1 to 1:30. So why would you tear down your checkpoint before then? I don't understand that. If you're legitimately trying to stop impaired drivers, why would your checkpoint not go until 3 in the morning? Makes no sense whatsoever. All right, we're going to try this again. We'll stay here in the right lane, I guess. And so my stance is they don't care about stopping impaired drivers. They just want to arrest people for whatever, even if you're sober. That's why they do these field sobriety tests. And 50% of sober people that take them fail it and get arrested. Completely sober. They don't want you to know that statistic. Oh, they'll proudly put out press releases. Oh, we made this many arrests at a DUI.Checkpoint. Little do they know, half of them are probably sober, and 70% of those arrests get dismissed when it gets to court. Dismissed or reduced. 70% of all DUI arrests get dismissed or reduced. So how many impaired drivers are they really stopping? And it's all because of these field sobriety tests that are just hocus pocus BS. That doesn't prove anything. Okay, we're going into the checkpoint. Let's see if there's cops here this time. If there's no cops, they're going to go to Pomona. No, they're still not out. They're still having their donuts, I guess. That's disappointing. I thought they were supposed to be stopping impaired drivers. Why are they all standing around in the parking lot over here doing nothing? All right, let's move on. Pomona. That was disappointing. They found it, but they're not out doing it. They're not out doing it. Okay, I gotta find a parking lot to pull into. Look to our troops. Are troops getting deployed somewhere? What's going on with the troops? Trump's U.S. begins major combat operations in Iran. Why? Oh, fuck. We don't need to be involved with Iran. Let's stay the hell out of there. Didn't we learn anything from Iraq? Why would you... I mean, bless the troops, because they don't choose this stuff. They have to just do what they're ordered, you know. All right, is this where we can turn in here? I'm glad I got out when I did. All right, let me find this other checkpoint in Pomona. I think that's the closest one. Yes, this shirt is from last year's WrestleMania. I went to the WrestleMania watch party, and I won some free play and stuff too. But this was one of the shirts they gave out. You get swag when you go to those. All right, where's this checkpoint? If 2 goals less, traffic shuts down early. Second is they only have so many DUI tests, and they have already ran out. Yeah, but they don't use the DUI test. They do the field sobriety test crap. Excuse me. I had a Snickers to... They heard Jack was on the way, so they scattered. Quite possibly. Quite possibly. That's why I don't announce way in advance anymore where I'm going. Chevy's our friend for sure. Chevy wants to be your friend, stranger. All right. Pomona's next. Let me get this address. The trifold works. Fifth Amendment works, baby. Okay, there's the Santa Ana one. Where's the Pomona one? I'm not seeing it. Pomona. First and North Clara. Is that the Pomona one? Or is that the Santa Ana one? Scroll back down. Somebody type again the address of the Pomona one. Field sobriety test is the indicator. DUI tests come after the probable failed field sobriety test. Union and Holt. Okay, let me plug that in. Be right back. Okay, we're about 35 minutes away from the Pomona one. Is everybody okay with that? Pomona one. Is everybody okay with that? It's 35 minutes from here. Or should we go back to Santa Ana? Santa Ana might be closer. I didn't see the Santa Ana one listed. I did see the Pomona one listed, so I know where they're doing it there. Should we go to Pomona or Santa Ana? Pomona's closer to where I'm going, so let's go there. All right, here we go. Go to Pomona.
Turn right on La Mirada Boulevard.
But they'll use those field sobriety tests and arrest you just on the field sobriety test without any breathalyzer. But then they have to give you a chemical
Continue
test,
straight
though.
for 5.5 miles to South Hacienda Boulevard.
They have to give you a chemical test after an arrest based on the field sobriety test. But if they want you to do a breathalyzer and you're not under arrest, it's called a preliminary breathalyzer. You don't have to do that either. It's a preliminary test. You can refuse it. It's never required until you're under arrest. Then that's when the implied consent laws kick in. And then you have to, after the arrest, they'll want to give you the breathalyzer or blood draw, and you have to do it, or else your license gets suspended and everything. But yeah, they still have to have probable cause to arrest you. If I could go back in time to that San Bernardino one, I've learned so much since then. I would have taken the arrest. Go ahead and arrest me. I'm not doing the field sobriety test. Not doing it. And I would have exercised my fifth, instead of arguing with him. I didn't know better, I knew I was right, but arguing with him at the side of the road wasn't gonna get anything done. So I should have just invoked my fifth, remained silent, let them arrest me. So welcome everyone. If you're just tuning in, I saw my numbers just tick up, but we went through a DUI checkpoint earlier, and we're on our way. We found a second one, but the cops weren't out there doing it. So we're on our way to a third one in Pomona. It's about half an hour from here. So we'll see if they're up and running when we get there. But we did go through one earlier in Orange, and they couldn't believe it that I invoked my Fifth Amendment right. He couldn't believe it. But I think because they arrest so many people based on these hocus pocus magic field sobriety quote unquote tests that don't test anything, those should be illegal. These field sobriety tests. Half of sober people, 50% of people that are sober that take the field sobriety tests get arrested for DUI. Doesn't that prove that these field sobriety tests are ridiculous? They should not be allowed.
Approaching a railroad crossing.
They should not be allowed. They should be illegal. Sober college athletes can't pass these things. My numbers are... I'm losing viewers. What's going on? And then after this, I got to get to the grocery store. And I want to buy some bourbon. So we got to get there before 2. The ones you really have to be concerned at, an inebriated person, drug recognition expert. But even then, you don't have to talk to them. Still here. All right. Everybody put a 1 if you're still watching. Double tap that screen. Hit subscribe. And hit the like button. Hit the thumbs up. Winco. That's right. We're going to Winco later. Gotta get there before 2. Tomorrow is the WWE Elimination Chamber, but I still haven't even watched the Royal Rumble yet. So I'm behind on my wrestling shows too. So probably this week I need to start catching up on my wrestling shows. All right, there's some ones. We got some people watching. So we're on our way to Pomona. Union and Holt is a DUI checkpoint. Number 3. And this will be the last one for the night. He invoked his 5th Amendment. I'm still laughing about that one. He invoked his 5th Amendment. Woo, that was great. That was great. Those cops couldn't believe it. Yep, you don't have to be under arrest to invoke your 5th Amendment. You can invoke it at any time. You don't have to answer any questions. Signal. Going through some hills right here. How's everybody doing tonight? What's your plans for the weekend? It's supposed to be warm all weekend. I'm working all weekend. I'm stuck at work. My days off are generally weekdays. So I got some interesting content coming up. I've got the concert that I told you about, the casino. SeaWorld, San Diego, that's coming up. I got to feed sea lions. That was fun. And Knott's Berry Farm videos coming up. And of course, more casino content. It's amazing that many states find DUI checkpoints. Hold on, there's a bicyclist right here. It's unconstitutional. 12 states. There should be more than 12, but yeah, 12 states do not allow DUI checkpoints because they are a violation of your 4th Amendment. Makes no sense that all 50 aren't saying that. The Supreme Court, I don't know the exact case, but the Supreme Court made a ruling that not that it's not unconstitutional, but it's a reasonable intrusion upon your 4th Amendment in the greater interest of society of stopping impaired drivers. That's what the Supreme Court ruling was. So they've allowed it as not illegal. But it is an intrusion on your 4th Amendment. It absolutely is. Birthday shout out to Jenna! Happy birthday!
In half a mile, use the left 2 lanes to turn left on South Hacienda Boulevard.
I was wondering when a turn was going to be coming. Like, all right, Hacienda.
Turn left on South Hacienda Boulevard.
I can't wait to see my dash cam footage of that one. that was a good checkpoint. He invoked his Fifth Amendment.
In 1.7 miles, turn right to California 60 East.
Love this car, but the one thing I wish it had were blind spot mirrors. There's no blind spot indicators or blind spot mirrors, so you always have to make sure you check your blind spots. I don't know why every car doesn't come with blind spot features. Oh, there goes a cop. Highway patrol. Yeah, so many people don't pay attention. They don't listen to what I'm saying. People I work with at my normal job, they don't watch my videos. They don't really listen to what I say about the DUI checkpoints. But when it comes your turn and you're going through a checkpoint and they're harassing you and you haven't been drinking, they're gonna think of me. Oh, I should have listened to Jack. Oh, I should have. What was he saying about that checkpoint stuff he does? Oh my gosh, why are they giving? I haven't been drinking and I'm in handcuffs. It's like, wake up, you guys. This is important. This is important. Everybody should know this stuff. You don't have to answer their questions.
In half a mile, turn right.
You don't have to do the field sobriety tests. Got somebody awake. The chat's pretty slow. No one's really chatting in there. But we're on our way to the next checkpoint. I think Chili liked that checkpoint we went through. He invoked his Fifth Amendment. I wonder if he's editing a video right now on that one. That was great. All right, we're going 60 east or west?
Turn right to California 60 East.
East. Right here. Okay.
Continue straight for 8.8 miles to California 57 North.
Are you gonna pre-record a short For that first one. Sure, yeah. Yeah, I'll upload that one. Was it a good video? Did you like it? I thought it was entertaining. He invoked his Fifth Amendment. I'll have to see how clearly that came through on the camera with the cop's reaction. I thought it was hilarious. Remind me, I've got dash cam footage of it too. Not just this version, this angle. I've got probably two other camera angles of it. Alright, so we're on our way to Pomona. They tend to, as we saw in that last one, I think they were taking a break and then they were going to tear it down. I think they were done for the night at that, what city was it that we were just in? So I think they were done. They were wrapping it up. No, it wasn't Brea. What the hell city were we just in? I forgot already. It all runs together. Well, the first one was Orange, and then we went to Valley View and Imperial in Whittier, thank you, Whittier, yeah. It all runs together. LA, SoCal is one big city. It all runs together, you know. Speaking of WrestleMania, any WWE fans, they're struggling right now. They can't sell tickets. They raised the ticket prices so dang high, people are not buying them anymore. And they're like, last year's show sucked. They're at the same venue this year for WrestleMania. And people are like, nah, I'm good. I don't need to pay, you know, thousands of dollars for, you know. What's your view on marriage? That's an interesting question. Well, I can only tell you my view on marriage. If other people are happy and want to get married, I'm anybody old enough to remember Tom Likas? Likas 101. Marriage, in my opinion, is a contract, a financial contract that guarantees the woman is going to get half of everything the man makes and maybe more. Flash Tuesday, Flash Friday. If people want to get married and they think it's romantic, and sure, go ahead if that's what you want to do. For me, what does it change? If you're married or you're not married, you can still live together, you can still do all the same things, you can still have children, you know. It's a very expensive ceremony. You know, you have to buy all this jewelry and dresses and invite everybody and cakes, and it's super expensive. And you don't have to do all of that. Why? It's a financial contract. It's how I look at it. But you know, a lot of people would disagree. But there's tax benefits too. So it's a financial contract. There's tax benefits to being married, and you watched them last time. They were in Ontario, Toyota Arena. Yeah, I go to that one. I think I had. Was that AEW or is that WWE? I was either working or there's a reason I couldn't go to it. Okay, 57 North coming up.
Left lane blocked ahead.
Well, yeah, their ticket prices are so high. I just won't pay those prices. And now, at least for WWE, the only time I'll go to a show, I can get a comp ticket because I'm a veteran. That's something they do for, not for pay-per-views, but for Raw or SmackDown, I can go to those for free. And you usually get the nosebleeds, but I wouldn't pay the
Hazard reported ahead.
The prices they charge now, I would never pay it. And I'm a big fan, but the product is not good anymore. It's just not very good. I've been to 8 or 9 WrestleManias, but I won't pay what they're charging now. You have to pay $1,000 for a 2-day ticket. It's over $1,000 for the worst seat in the house, way up in the nosebleeds. I'm like, well, you can't see anything up there.
Left lane blocked ahead.
I'd rather watch it on TV than pay all that money. And now people are catching on, and they're starting to not buy the tickets anymore. They can't sell these shows out. But yeah, tomorrow is a big pay-per-view in Chicago, Chicago is one of WWE's biggest wrestling fan bases in Chicago, and they can't sell the arena out for a pay-per-view because their ticket prices are outrageous. And people are like, we're not paying it anymore. We're not doing that. That's how I feel. I'm not paying that. That's outrageous. If you want to sit front row, you got to pay $20,000, $40,000 to sit anywhere in the
half a mile.
Front sections.
Use the right 3 lanes to stay to the right.
I'm like, who's paying that? That's outrageous. You can buy a brand new car. You know, who's paying that kind of money to go to a wrestling show? It's not worth it. You know. I would never pay that, even if
History of crashes for the next 0.5 miles. Stay to the right to California 57 North.
Oh boy, I need to.
In 3 miles. Exit right. Then use either lane to stay to right to I-10 East towards San Bernardino.
Anyway, a lot of people are paying those prices, and I'm like, eventually people are going to stop paying it because it's like, you don't, where's the value? What are you getting out of it? To sit in a chair for a few hours, that's all you get out of it. Or they sell some of these package deals where you get a meet and greet or something. I'm like, so what? I've done those for free. They'll do an appearance at Target or Cricket or whatever. Go get an autograph and it's free, usually because it's sponsored. Like, why would I pay money for that? I just don't get it. has to do a lot with the economy. The economy is also a big part of it. Yeah, right now, the economy's terrible. Especially everything that's going on with Trump. Yeah, Iran. I don't know what's going on in Iran. That's news to me. That's the last they need right now. Is another freaking war. Why are we going to Iran? What's going on over there? We don't need to be involved in that.
In 1 mile, use the right 2 lanes to exit right. Then use either lane to stay to the right to I-10 east towards San Bernardino.
Gas tanks up, people. Prices will probably spike. Did he say we're not going to wars? Didn't Trump say that during the election? No new wars. What the hell are we doing?
Exit right. Then use either lane to stay to the right to I-10 east towards San Bernardino.
Trump's such a lying piece of crap.
Use either lane to stay to the right to I-10 east towards San Bernardino.
Love all my content. Thank you so much. I got quite a variety of things that I post, so I'm glad you like it. And speaking of Adam the Woo, if you've noticed, I've been posting daily videos. That's why you see, I go to the content and I'll go to the casino and I'll record several videos all in the same night. And so I'll have up to about a week's worth of content just at the casino, but I'm recording stuff at theme parks and all kinds of stuff.
In half a mile, exit right to exit 43, Fairplex Drive, Laverne.
Here's our
Then
exit.
turn right on Fairplex Drive.
All right, we're exiting. Must be getting close here. Yeah, panties. I'm out of here.
In 0.2 miles, use the right 2 lanes to exit right. Then turn right on Fairplex Drive.
You know the story behind
Exit
that?
right to exit 43, Fairplex Drive, Laverne.
I was playing
Then turn right on Fairplex Drive.
a slot machine and I hit a bonus, and this guy from somewhere behind me comes running up. He goes, "Oh, you got the bonus. Let's see what you got."
Turn right on Fairplex Drive.
And he looks at my screen and sees I'm betting pennies. He goes, "Pennies? I'm out of here." And he turns around and walked away. Pennies? You were watching when it happened. It was hilarious. Pennies? Listen, I've won $4,400 on pennies, so doesn't mean you can't win money. $0.75 bet, won $4,400. When it comes out, we're going to be seeing a lot of Willy Wonka. I'm waiting. That's supposed to come out
In half a mile, turn left on West Holt Avenue.
in the next few months. Okay, we're coming up on this checkpoint. Let me get my window ready. We're turning left on Holt, so it should be pretty close here.
In 0.2 miles, use the left lane to turn left.
Is this Holt here?
Turn left on West Holt Avenue.
Yep. Yeah, Penny's Denom, $4,400. It was Willy Wonka. Everlasting Gobstopper was the machine, which it's not there anymore. All right, I do see police lights up here. Here we go. This is the checkpoint. We found it. So we're about to go through our...
In 900
Oh, we're
feet,
rolling up to it right now.
turn right on Union Avenue.
We're going through right now. Here we go. Checkpoint number 3. It's still up and running. Here we go, you guys.
How you doing, sir? You have your driver's license with you. Any alcohol tonight, sir?
I invoke my Fifth Amendment right to remain silent.
Perfect. All right, sir. Have a good night. Drive safely.
Fifth Amendment, baby. It works. All right, what did you guys think? Any questions on the Fifth Amendment? Dubs in the chat. All right, we need to find a parking lot to pull over into. I wonder how many of these cops have seen my viral video, 7.5 million views. And counting. All right, that's 3 checkpoints, but let me find a parking lot. We'll pull over, and then we're gonna head to the grocery store. Need to find a parking lot. Again, I didn't get the officer's name. I have to drill that into my head. You guys, I forget every freaking time to get the officer's name. When they start asking me the questions, I want to invoke that right, but then I always forget to get the officer's name. Dang it. Shoot. Hopefully it's on video. If they don't hide their name tags. That's the problem. They hide their name tags a lot of the time. All right, here's a gas station. We'll pull in here. The Union of 76. All right, what'd you guys think of that checkpoint? Yeah, cop was chill. You have a question? You hope you don't offend anyone. Jack, animal cruelty really affects emotionally. I'm curious how you feel about it. Also, have you read about Justice? No, I don't know about that story. I have nothing. Yeah, animal cruelty. I think crimes against animals should be punishable the same as crimes against humans. or even more, because animals are helpless. They're they're innocent, Ontario All-Stars here. I invoke my Fifth Amendment officer. But the reason I want to get the name is because if they violate my rights, I got to know who I'm complaining about when I file the complaint or the lawsuit. Even though I have it on video, sometimes they hide their name tags. You can use a shot of Jack. I would like a shot of Jack. A shot of me, I call it. But I'm driving right now. But I am going to make an old-fashioned later tonight. Speaking of which, we need to get to the store. Let me jump into... My friend is inviting me over, and I'm just not in the mood. My F buddy. Anyway, let me jump into the chat, and I got to get to the grocery store, or the chat. Let me jump into my GPS to get directions to the grocery store. Be right back. Okay, we're back. All right, everybody, we went 3 checkpoints. One of them, they weren't operating, or they're on a break or something, but we did go through 2 active ones. Invoked our Fifth Amendment right, and you saw how well it works when you invoke your Fifth Amendment right to remain silent. All right, we don't have to go down anymore.
In a quarter of a mile, turn right on West Orange Grove Avenue.
Diddy parties. Is what one of the Diddy parties? What are you referring to?
Turn right on West Orange Grove Avenue.
All right, good timing. We're going to get to the grocery store about 1 o'clock. I hope you enjoyed the checkpoints. That's all the checkpoints we're doing tonight. We did 3. So that's,
In 3/4 of a mile, stay to the right to I-10 East.
I wasn't expecting to do any when I went to work today because I didn't see any listed in my areas. And we ended up doing 3, so that's pretty good. But if you're here for the checkpoints, we went through all of them. We went through tonight, but we'll keep the live stream going until we get to the grocery store, which is about 20 minutes from here. And hit like, hit subscribe. I appreciate your support and your viewership. And our super chat champion of the night so far is Chevy, also one of our channel members. So consider becoming a channel member. It's $9.99 a month. It helps with things like cameras, gas, food. It's a lot of driving around to go to these checkpoints, and a lot of money invested in cameras and things. So this one I'll probably upload sometime this week.
In 0.2 miles, use the right 2 lanes to stay to the right.
you get a chance, if you don't mind, hold that thought. Turn coming up. Right turn only.
Stay to the right to I-10 East.
It's referring to right turn onto the freeway, right? Okay, this is a weird intersection here. Okay. This is a weird intersection. Look at this thing. Okay. When you get a chance, if you don't mind, checking out Justice for Grella story, I will try to look into that.
Continue straight for 11.6 miles to I-15 north toward Barstow.
Winco bound. I discovered Winco when actually before I moved. I used to live in Northern California. I was moving down and I had entered some sort of sweepstakes. And I won a gift card to Winco. And I'm like, what's Winco? I never heard of that. And so I went, and it's this awesome grocery store. It's open 24 hours. It's this big warehouse. And I've been going ever since. I love that they're open 24 hours. And I can go there after work because I get out of work very late. It's on the way home. It's a longer way home, but it's on the way. I think Chili liked that first one we did. That cop couldn't believe it. He invoked his Fifth Amendment right. Yes, I sure did. He couldn't believe it. But this last one, the cop said, he said, you have anything to drink
Hazard
tonight?
reported ahead.
I invoked my right, and he said, perfect. Yes, it was perfect. Thank you very much. Remember, we got to buy the liquor first, then go grocery shopping after. Yeah, I have a list of stuff I need. I have until 2. So we're going to get to there. I'll have plenty of time to get it this time. Last time it was like almost 2 o'clock, so I'm like, oh, I gotta buy the booze, or like right now. But this time we got lots of time. So I've got this book called The Bartender. I have a cocktail with dinner every night, and I have this book called the Home Bartender is what it's called. It's a great book, but each section is based on like vodka, gin, rum. So anyway, I finished the tequila section. We're moving into the whiskey section, which is probably going to be my favorite. So a couple of the drinks are old fashions. So I made a classic old fashioned, and then there's one called the perfect old fashioned, which is Woodford Reserve, and then the budget old fashioned, which is Evan Williams, the budget bourbon. So we're going to pick up those. Along with my list of groceries that I need. Come on, truck, you can go faster than this. I hate being stuck behind trucks. So I got to give those cops a passing grade on those audits. They didn't really hassle me. The first one couldn't believe it that I invoked my Fifth Amendment right. I got a kick out of that. He went to the other. He invoked his Fifth Amendment right. Oh, that was fun. And the other one said perfect. Looked at my license, waved me right through. So. passing grades on both of them. It seemed like the second one was well educated on the Fifth Amendment, so props out to those cops. The Pomona ones. Hope you guys enjoyed that. Thanks for watching. Thanks for supporting me. Thanks for the super chat, Chevy, and your membership. It's awesome. I've been watching a lot of movies. I got my AMC membership, and I'm starting to run out of movies to watch. I can watch 4 a week, and I've seen most of them that are in theaters. But I was at SeaWorld the other day, and I just wanted to wait for traffic, because SeaWorld closed at 5 o'clock. I'm like, well, I don't want to sit in traffic at 5 o'clock. So I went to see Wuthering Heights, which is not normally a movie I'd be interested in seeing, but it was actually better than I expected. It's not really something I would normally go watch, but I've watched all the other movies that are out that I'm interested in. So I'm going to get past this truck. There's a closed lane. I'm back behind the truck again. Come on, truck. Yeah, the new Scream just came out. I have never watched a Scream movie, believe it or not. So, and that's one thing I hate, is watching a sequel when I haven't seen the other movies first. So I'd want to watch all the Screams 1 through 6 before I see 7. And I heard it wasn't very good. I saw a review today that said it wasn't very good. But there's a few movies out that are sequels where I haven't seen the other movies. But they got some cool merch that through AMC. When I go to AMC theaters, they got some really neat, Scream is based on the Gainesville Killer. Has anyone watched the Ed Gein story on Netflix? He was a real serial killer, and turns out, which I didn't know any of this, the movie Psycho, Norman Bates is based on Ed Gein. The Texas Chainsaw Massacre, Ed Gein. What's the other one? There's another one. But several horror franchises are based on one guy's, Ed Gein, and they made a show about him on Netflix, and it's great. It's very gory if you're not into that kind of thing, but it's a true story. This guy named Ed Gein. And it's a great show. I highly recommend, if you don't mind horror movies and gore kind of stuff. Great show. The Ed Gein story on Netflix. Go check it out. Fantastic. And I had no idea all those horror movies are based on a real guy. Gainesville, Florida. I never heard of that, the Gainesville Killer. Truck is finally merging out of the way. Got scared of watching It. I've never seen the newer one. I saw the original It, but it's been years. But I never watched the newer ones. Only because they're such long movies. They're like 3 hours plus. I'm like, oh man, that's a big time commitment for for a movie. But I would love to watch it. But yeah, I've never seen the new ones. And there's a sequel now too. There's 2 It movies now. Dude even wrote songs, and they're not bad. You know who else wrote songs? What's his name? With the swastika on his head. God, what the hell's his name? The serial killer that he passed away a few years ago. And he had his followers in the 70s. What was his name? But Johnny Cash. No, the serial killer guy who killed the Hollywood actress. What was her name? And he had a whole bunch of cult followers and stuff. Speaking of the Toyota Arena, I'm about to pass that. I got COVID. My first time I got COVID was here at the Toyota Arena. Call it the COVID Arena. I went to watch AEW Rampage, and I got COVID there. I call it COVID Arena. Hello, thanks for tuning in. Not Jeffrey Dahmer. He had a swastika on his forehead. I don't know why I can't think of his name right now, but super famous. And he had a bunch of... You were there at that event, and it was CM Punk came out. He was injured. He came out to relinquish his belt, I think, because he had injured something. But yeah, it was AEW Rampage at Toyota Arena, and it was it was right after COVID, and they started having arena shows again. And I went, and I had my mask on and everything, but I didn't put it on right away. I remember I got in the merch line to buy a t-shirt.
In 1 mile, use the right 2 lanes to exit right 2 I-15 north toward Barstow.
I was like, oh, it's kind of crowded in here. I should have my mask on. So I put the mask on, but I guess I'd already gotten COVID. And I had it bad. I got really sick. It was really bad. And, yeah, it was 2021, 2022 maybe. I remember CM Punk was there.
Exit right 2 I-15 north toward Barstow.
Speaking of AEW, Revolution's coming back to Los Angeles in March. And last year I got a comp ticket. I got a free comp ticket, so I'm hoping they're going to do that again for veterans. There's a website I go to called VetTix, and they give free tickets to veterans. That's coming up this month, later this month, AEW. Revolution. That was a great show last year. Especially that Will Ospreay match. That was the cage match. That was unbelievable.
In 2.2 miles, exit right 2 exit 112, Foothill Boulevard, California 66.
And Timeless Tony Storm. That match was crazy. Just went back and watched. Way to go, Travel Jack. Thanks. Which one did you watch? Both of them? Thanks for checking that out. Yeah, it's in a couple. Yeah, I think it's mid to late March, March 20 something. Forget the exact day. But if I can, I'll try to go to that show. I got a lot going on in March. A lot of stuff's coming up. I got Adam the Woo coming up. Free concert. There's another concert I'm going to. This group from Germany. They're called. This is a
In 1 mile,
lifelong.
use the right 2 lanes to take exit.
This is a lifelong show, but they're called Gregorian. But these are the guys that do the Gregorian chant in the artist called Enigma. If you remember Enigma, the Enigma albums, my favorite music ever. These are the guys that were in it. And anyway, they're touring the U.S. and the ticket says Gregorian featuring Enigma. I'm like, I can't miss that. So I got a front row seat for that show coming up this month. So that's coming up. We got AEW coming up, Adam the Woo Memorial coming up, and there's probably something else happening too this month. But tons of stuff happening. I spent the money on that show. It wasn't too bad, but I was like, it's 150 or 200, but it was front row for this show, and I'm like, I just can't miss this show. It's something I've always wanted to see live, so it's going to be great. All right, Chevy's in the house. Couple weeks, you think? You've seen the promotions, yeah? Oh, of course. How can I forget? Coming up March 27th. UFL, the next UFL season starts. Spring football. If you like I have another YouTube channel if you don't know this. It's called the XFL Project, and it has every game ever from the XFL and UFL going back to 2001. It's all archived on there, and I put a lot of work into that channel. So I'll be recording this season's games as well for that channel, and that's so time consuming. And so I'm going to be doing that and this channel and everything else that's going on. It's going to be a lot of work, but yeah, that's kicking off March 27th. The United Football League, and if you want to check out the other channel, it's called the XFL Project. Get over there, hit like and subscribe. But check out the UFL this year. If you think it's bad football or gimmicky or whatever, check it out. It's not bad football. It's good. It's great football. And a lot of the guys you watch in the spring league are going to be, you're going to see this. These are the guys that are the future stars in the NFL. So you definitely want to see these guys. Like Jake Bates. He came from the UFL, and now he's the star kicker on the Detroit Lions. Kicking 60-yard plus field goals, you know. So definitely check out the United Football League. They made some new rules. I'm not too excited personally about the rule changes, but 60-plus yard field goals will now be 4 points in the UFL, and some other rule tweaks that most people seem to be very excited about, but not me. It seems gimmicky to me, but a lot of people seem to be excited. So the UFL, that's also coming up in March. I knew I was forgetting something. Swastika boy. The serial killer? I'm still trying to remember his name. Shoot. He's the most famous serial killer of all time. I can't think of his name right now. Wade Wilson? No, not Wade Wilson. Is he a serial killer? I'm not familiar with that one. You start recording the events I attend and post them on my YouTube as vlogs. I am doing that. I recorded some stuff from the concert. Charles Manson. That's it. Charles Manson. Charles Manson. He wrote music. He actually published a couple of songs. Charles Manson. But yeah, you'll see the problem with that is, especially with concerts, is copyright issues on YouTube. Also, when you go to wrestling events, especially WWE in particular, they have a no video policy. They don't want you recording video, so sometimes you can't. Sometimes you can't record the events. But yeah, the last wrestling show I went to was Monday Night Raw, and my seat was right next to like one of the door entrances. And I was taking photos. I wasn't taking video. I was taking photos, but the security lady, no, you can't do that. And I'm like, can't do what? No video, no. I said, I'm not recording video, lady. You want to check my photo reel? Jesus, calm down. Don't worry. Don't get your panties in a bunch. Jabroni, you know? All right, where are we going to park? She starts waving her hands in front of my camera. I'm like, what are you doing? Leave me the fuck alone. Yeah? All right, we're at the store, so we're going to be wrapping up this vlog. Yep, Charles Manson. He nailed it. Record with Meta glasses. I am going to be ordering some of those. Not the Ray-Ban brand, because they only record 3 minutes. But I am going to be ordering some kind of smart glasses. I have to find a different brand that records longer than 3 minutes, because mostly Six Flags. Also these police videos. But Six Flags has a new policy where you can do on-ride recording, but only not with GoPro. I have all this GoPro equipment, but they won't allow that. But they will allow it with smart glasses with a safety strap. So I'm like, I got to order some of those to do on-ride filming at Six Flags in Knott's Berry Farm. But for whatever reason, they won't allow GoPro stuff. But yeah, that's a great idea. One problem though is they don't, as far as I know, they don't zoom in or anything. Meta glasses. So if I'm way up high and, you know, it's not going to be a great view of the ring, or, you know. But that'll be some of the theme park content. I'm going to get smart glasses. And also these audit videos. If they ever pull me out of the car again, you know, I want to be recording that with smart glasses. So look forward to that. Actually, I'll probably order those really soon. But I have to find the right model that I need to get for that. All right, everyone. Thanks for watching. We're going to wrap up this live stream, and thanks for your support. And get out there, explore your worlds. Know your rights. Again, you can get these trifolds. This is Chili's product. Delete Laws. You can go to delete with a Z. You can get these trifolds at deletelaws.com, and lists all your Fifth Amendment rights right here that pertain to DUI checkpoints and police interactions right on this back page right here. And but thanks for watching, everybody. We're gonna wrap this one up, and I'll probably put a video together of this one, because especially that first one, that was fun. But we'll see if we do this again next week. You plead the fifth. Exercise that right to remain silent. And don't do field sobriety tests. All right, thanks for watching, everybody. We'll see you hopefully next week. Thanks for watching. So long, everybody. Have a great weekend.